As you can see, this Briggs and Stratton V-Twin has a bad surging problem. Also, as you can see, when I turn on the choke, the surging problem clears up for the most part. In this video, I'm going to go through some of the tips and tricks that I use to get this going smoothly again. I'm going to go ahead and start filming this video with the carburetor already off the engine. I'm going to refer you to the video above if you need more instruction on removing the carburetor from the engine. That's a video that I shot earlier. This is Rudy from Take a Bath Productions with another video showing you how to fix various things. If you're a subscribed member to my community, then welcome back. If you're new to my channel, consider clicking that subscribe button below, and please like this video if it was helpful for you. So without further ado, let's dive right in. All right, let's get this bowl off of here. Just these two screws right here. After I loosen the screws, I'm going to let the gas drain out onto the rag. There it goes. And slowly pull that off of there. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I might clean it out a little bit, but it looks fine. Float looks fine. I suspect where the problem is coming from is from the low side jets, and I'll show you right where those are right here. Take the float off. Take this little O-ring off right here. All right, so these are your main jets right here. I don't think there's going to be any problem here because when the mower is got the blades engaged and is going down the road and mowing, it's running fine. That's why I think these are fine. But I want you to know that there's two little rubber O-rings on these jets that could be causing a problem, and I'll show you how to find that here in just a minute. But also want you to know that these are two different sizes right here. There's a left one and there's a right one. Okay, if you look at the other side of the carburetor, we have an L and we have an R. Now, from what I understand, the R is feeding the number one cylinder, and I believe the number one cylinder is on the left side. If you're facing the carburetor, it's the higher cylinder that's closer to the flywheel. Okay, so the R side of the jet gets the smaller jet. Here, I'll prove it to you in a second. So let's take this off right here, these two screws, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And just pull this straight up right here. And we have two little emulsion tubes right here, and I see this gasket came off with that, so we're going to put that gasket back down there where it belongs. But while the gasket is out, I can show you these two little holes right here come out on the other side of the carburetor, and in between there is where your tiny little jets are at, and that's where I believe the problem is at. Okay, so I've preserved the order on these, left and right, so the left one is going to the number 2 cylinder. It's slightly larger. Okay, the rod goes through easily. And then the right one feeds the number 1 cylinder, and it's a little smaller. Now you can mix these up, but I believe the number 2 cylinder will run a little hotter because if you put the smaller jet on the number 2 side, it's going to be a little leaner on that side. Okay, so if you ever mix those up, that's how you fix it back. The O-ring is right here, and if that O-ring is very loose, it will allow fuel to slip by there and possibly cause that surging problem too. And to get that O-ring, I'm going to leave a link in the description below to the ones that I recommend. The ethanol will eat these things up. I like to run ethanol-free fuel in these things. If you can get ethanol-free fuel, it's much better off. But these O-rings are not that loose. They're a little bit loose, but they're not that loose, so I think that's not the problem. I'm going to put these back. Also, one thing that you should keep in mind is these two little emulsion tubes right here. They got these little holes in them. If you can poke through each one of them just to make sure there's nothing clogged in there. And then after you do that, blow some carburetor cleaner through there and some compressed air if you have any, just to make sure nothing like that is going on. But I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera right there. But I want to investigate these two little holes right here. Now those two little holes come out on the other side, and they're under this plate right here. So let me take this plate off, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just these 3 screws, and be careful of the gasket. If you don't have one, this gasket may not come out very friendly, and if it doesn't, I'll post a link in the description below to that gasket. Hopefully you can salvage the one that you got, but if not, they are available. All right. So right here, and here, these two areas is where those little jets are. They're in between the other side and this side. You can't really see unless you shine a light through there what I'm talking about, but the fuel will come out and go through here, and there's 2 little holes there in each barrel that the fuel gets through. But if these are clogged up, that fuel can't get through there. Okay, so let's shine a light through from the bottom and see if those things are clogged up or not. All right, so we're shining a light through. Okay, the one side looks good, There's the other side. I don't see a light coming through, so it's blocked. Okay, back to the other side, we see the light, and then it's blocked again on the other side. So yeah, that looks like the issue, all right. All right, same thing here. I'm going to poke a little wire through there, so it comes out the other side. That's coming out the other side right there. Okay, so I'm going to shoot some brake clean through there and some compressed air. All right, so I got these low side jets here cleaned out. I can see light through both of them very well. And I'm just going to go ahead and try it like it is, because it looked to me like one side was clogged. But just FYI, I did check the size of those jets, and the stock size is around 20 thousandths, which is equivalent to about a number 76 size drill bit. Now I've read and I've heard that you can drill these things out even up to about 30 thousandths, which from what I see is about close to a 69 drill bit, as 29.2 thousandths is the size of a 69 drill bit. I don't think I would go any bigger than that. I would even go 74, something like that from the start, and try it and make sure that it's not going too big on you, because if you make that hole too big, you're going to ruin the carburetor. But 76 is about the stock size. I'm not going to drill these out initially. I want to try it and see if it works now. But if it doesn't work, I'll have to go back and drill it out again. And if I need to, I'll go all the way up to about a 69 drill bit. But right now, I'm going to put this puppy back together and see what happens after I finish cleaning out the emulsion tubes and blowing the rest of the carburetor out, of course. And she runs like a champ, no problem. I did let it run for about 20 minutes and it ran perfect the whole time, so no problem there. It turns out I did not have to drill out this carburetor like I was telling you earlier, but that might be an option for you if cleaning out those low jets did not work. You want to be careful with this because if you drill it out too big, you're going to ruin the carburetor, and that's going to be that. Okay, so I appreciate you watching this video.